They rush 4, back from the pocket is hit and sacked back at the 38-yard line. Tobi Osunsami in the backfield along with Jordan Allen for Kansas State.
Was really good coverage, and you're going to see the walls cave in on Rocco Becht. Burkle in the red zone.
Becht in trouble again, sacked again. Osunsami gets back there again. Loss on the play of 8.
With Osunsami really good with the get off and the hands, the chop, the rip, working off the edge.
Becht on 3rd down and 9. Gets leveled and fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Kansas State. Knocked out by Quay Moss, recovered by Chidi Obiizor.
Kansas State on top. Really good job by Moss. Not just getting to the quarterback, Dave, but getting that hand on the football. Rocco had the ball low. Quay Moss knocks it out to make sure it doesn't negatively impact the season.
Becht in trouble and sacked again. Boy, having a day, Tobi Osunsami. He's got 2 sacks in this one.
Osunsami, and you see the end come underneath, and another sack, 4th on the day for this Wildcats.
They really want to pound the rock.
Bauer wants to spin it. Ejected from the pocket, running out of sideline, and he's shoved out of bounds around the 40.
You mentioned, so is Willie Fritz. Carthel signed an extension in March.
Rook Brown extends and knocks Vidlak to the turf.
Loss of 8. Vidlak in trouble again. This time it's Brandon Mack. Ball is loose. Lumberjacks fall on it.
Gotta love it. Grinding it out here in what has not been a pretty game. Wimsatt sacked. Pressure coming from all directions.
Four-man rush. Bauer planted. Hits an Oklahoma State sack. Wendell Gregory pulverizes the quarterback on 3rd down, setting up 4th and long.
Oh, James, I love this. Look at the left side of your screen. Number 4, Wendell Gregory. The staff has been talking about him at nauseum. The up and under. Long arm staff.
3rd and 5 for UT Martin. Four-man rush. Bauer pocket caving in, and Bauer's going down. Wendell Gregory. A flag is out on the play.
Inside counter move. Gets up the field. Makes Jace Bowers move. And then he steps right into Wendell Gregory. That's what those last 2 drives. They've been in 3rd and manageable a lot, but it's tough when you're in 1st and 15.
Bauer running for his life. 3 Cowboys giving chase. Extending and darting out of bounds.
Colonials will go 5 wide now. Empty set for Tanner. Steps up in the pocket and he's sacked. Fumbled, the football is loose. And the Mountaineers pick it up.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, West Virginia.
Russell just gets it there, take it on 2 defenders and just strips the ball loose. And you see it go through the legs of 1 defender, 2nd defender. Finally, the 3rd one, Reed Carrico corrals it in. But a great job by the big man in the middle. Hammond Russell is one of those guys that, has been.
The Golden Lions need 9 on 3rd down. And this is a moment where you're going to watch the edge rushers just go get the quarterback. David Bailey bearing down. It is a sack, and it's Skylar Gill-Howard. Bailey applied pressure from the edge.
And the DB almost making an interception.
Romaine applied the hit. 2nd down, pocket collapsing. Down goes Kaminsky. Ball free, Kansas State on top of it.
There is a crowd here.
8 different receivers for Kaminsky in this 1st half. 1st down and 10, pressure up the middle. He's dumped by Stufflebean. 2nd sack of the night for the senior. This crowd making some noise. Pressure comes right on cue. It's Osunsami.
You run a TE stunt all day.
field goal last time they had their hands on it. Looking to keep this drive alive. 9th play of the march. Blitz in his lap. Time running out. Walls caving in. And Alejado has to eat it.
Welcome back, and we actually had a fumble on that last play. Watch these two right here in Chase Kennedy and Tia Savea. The initial pressure from Savea forces Alejado up, and then the rip from Kennedy jars the ball loose and gives this Wildcats offense another crack at it.
Yeah, so what was good, a 3rd down sack when we left you, goes to great as Chase Kennedy takes it away. No timeouts. And Cheng exhausting those early in this half. Alejado walks out to his left and takes off. Seeking shelter on the sideline. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down, Arizona defense hunting. Alejado has to pull his eyes down, and he's sacked. So the Wildcat showdowns coming your way here in Tucson. Weaver under duress, could not get away.
From the 24, blitz coming. Pennington steps up, and he goes down. Keith Abney the second, the corner blitz for the Sun Devils. Colby Katzens motions. Stepping up, avoiding the rush. Pennington swallowed up and gets sacked. Wrestled down back at the 20. Elijah O'Neal with the sack for Arizona State. Motioning into the backfield is Darvin Hubbard. Boone looking to throw. Steps up to avoid O'Neal in the rush. Out to his left. Spun around and dropped in a sack. Jordan Crook, along with Albert Smith III, out of the perimeter.
Time running out again, and Peters is sacked. Lee Hunter and Romello Height.
Kirk, keep an eye on the center. That's Chad Lindbergh. That's his first career shotgun snap, and Gio Lopez somehow got away, or maybe a whistle blew. And they did not like this here as Zach Chapman was applying the pressure, number 0 for TCU.
Hey, let's stay focused on us. Let's prep. Let's get ready to go, not worry about this.
Ball is loose, a scoop and a score, and racing for the end zone is Devin Deal. And to borrow from my friend Rich Eisen, TCU has busted out the whooping stick. 40 consecutive points with a point after coming.
And once again, Reese, it's Andy Avalos' goal of getting offenses behind the sticks. It's a 3rd down and long.
Wide receivers right. Jennings with pressure again. Flag. And they're going to wrap up Jennings. And that will bring him down, Trevion Barnes. Their defense is going to have to come up with a stop. Jennings to throw. Now he scrambles, but he's under pressure. He'll be sacked.
And this is where you want to burn one.
And sure enough.
3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. Diefenbach being pressured. Rolls out, and he's brought down back at the 34. Cash Dillon.
Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
Pocket caving in on Pine, and he's going down for a Cincinnati sack around midfield.
Tonight's defensive coordinator Alex Grinch said, number 17, talking about Thomas, he's got our antennas up. And the antenna goes down near the 12-yard line. Malachi Lawrence again, this time his first sack of the season.
This is good for their team to get ready for their conference play.
Walls rolling left, running into trouble. Almost got out of it and is finally taken down by Rodney Laura. Again, a touchdown and a couple of sacks.
Seen Montana State as its best team in recent seasons. All right, here's the 3rd and 6 call. Akins under heat and is sacked. Back at the 22, John Henry Daly.
And this is something they can talk about, you know, in meetings.
Grigsby again. This time he's going to be sacked and dropped by Paul Fitzgerald.
Arizona
right up the gut. Chase Kennedy engulfs Gilkey.
On 3rd and 12, backside heat, fumbled it, it came out. Ball's on the ground. Cougars recover at the 5.
Beats Khalil House, the right tackle, bends the corner, goes straight for the football with that right hand. Phenomenal job by Jack Kelly. Caleb Williams, second year, much anticipated.
Can't wait to see what he looks like. Bill Branson is going to be sacked. Tanuvasa right on top of him for a 9-yard loss.
On the clock, and if you can get some points here, you feel really good going in a half.
Backside heat, they lit him up again. The ball came out. Glasgow once again living in the backfield. Isaiah Glasgow, what a story.
And making changes between drives. Let's see how the offensive line handles those changes.
Pull alignment on 1st down, but it does not work. Swallowed up in the backfield. Rob Jackson, the 5th-year senior.
Waukesha, Wisconsin, who rotates through on John Haycock's defensive line. Nowhere to go for Devin Spencer. He gets dropped for a loss of 1 and 3rd down and a mile coming up for Arkansas State. It's on Dominique Orange, among others, in the middle of that Iowa State defensive front. Rainer steps up and gets submarined. It's a loss, and it's 3rd down coming up.
Down on the ground, right here on the edge.
Fifita on the roll. He's chased by Romaine. He's hit, and he's twisted down. Chidi Obiizor with the sack and a loss of 7, and here comes K-State. It's special teams and flipping the field, and they've done it here. Johnson to run, and they swarm him. Deshaun McKnight, the transfer from Tennessee Martin, it's a loss of 6.
You give up big games.
See what they do here. Madi is the tailback. It's 3rd down and 4. It's Fifita under duress. He got the ball away, or no, he didn't. He tried to, and Fifita is down at the 23.
Pressure, down he goes. Once again, the heat is on.
2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Panthers backed up after that 1st down. Holstein going to be sacked back at the 27-yard line. The ball coming out, or was he down first?
It's a short game. West Virginia still has 2 timeouts.
37 seconds to go. Holstein couldn't pull, sacked back at the 3-yard line. Boy, what a great surge that time by the front.
Just past midway point of quarter 2. Earl under pressure. Sack wrapped up and brought down. And Nick Holt on the defensive side. Those are 2 high-level coordinators at an FCS school. Is tripped up and going down. It's a sack. Stone Earl tripped up by Ansel Denbach for the Wildcats. Stone Earl, play action. Pressure off the edge. And sack back near the 20. Pressure off the edge.
And the noise of the Inferno coming after him from his right and twisted down for a sack. Sun Devils give up a 1st down, but that's it. They're off. He's the lowest, the bottom of your screen. Jackson looking away from him, pressure in his face, ball's on the deck. Scooped up by an offensive lineman. Jacob Kangaika, disruptive in the backfield. It's a 3 and out for this Arizona State defense, and a loss of 17 before. They feel like tight end and running back are their positions of strength, 4 deep at each. Here comes the rush. Jackson off platform, knocked down on the edge. Keyshawn Elliott running and hitting in space. 13th play of the Bobcats drive. Runs out of time. Brad Jackson is sacked by Clayton Smith. Bobcats depriving us of the opportunity to walk through the Hall of Fame on all fronts. The turnabout is fair play. The Sun Devils answer a sack with one of their own. Jordan Crook racks it up.
He's in the slot right side. 3rd down.
There's pressure from the outside.
Lopez flushed, in trouble, and he goes down. Sacked by Sincere Edwards.
goes in motion, changes sides.
Empty set, they put Ash in motion and fake it to him. Marchiol rolling left, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Dean Miller.
But this is a clear and resounding message to the rest of the Big 12 Conference.
Third down and 8. Dampier in trouble, and he's sacked. David Bailey.
So he got a standing ovation for a 10-yard game early in his career there.
Marchiol under pressure, and he's dropped. Trey Lathan with the sack for Kansas.
Robertson flushed. Good spin move to get out of trouble. Now he's just going to seek refuge out of bounds, and does, as Keyshawn Elliott set his sights on him.
Right, and so that just is a testament to what Baylor's defense has been able to do.
Levitt, blitz coming. Still a loss. It could have been worse. Jackie Marshall finally will get credit for the sack.
That situation, I like Chris Durr right here in the slot. He's had a really nice second half for Wyoming. From the end zone, Anderson takes a hit and goes down. And Colorado gets the safety on the sack from Arden Walker.
On 3rd and 10, the blitz coming. Murphy hit, trying to escape, and finally taken down. It's a sack for this Houston defense.
Help them capture a field goal going to the break. He lines up in the pistol here. 3-runner coming after Sorsby. And for the first time this season, he is sacked. Blake Harold has the honor.
12 touch for Raleek Brown. Last week he had 24. They said that's far too many.
Look at this. The ball came out late. He hit the deck, and I believe that's going to be ruled a fumble in TCU football. It is. He knows it too.
But we've seen crazier things happen. Let's continue to take a look. You can see Devin Deal coming from the other side of the field, coming in late. It's always the guy you don't see.
Of the runner down.
No, it's not even close. This will be one of those. It should be one of those expedited, quick reviews.
Those 3rd and 2s, which are much easier to convert.
Henderson in the pocket. Free runner coming. He's drilled. Lander Barton right up the gut. Hammered him.
Four-man rush. Robertson, all sorts of time. Scrambles. He was tripped up initially by Sidivini Havili Kafusi. Now calling plays for the 2nd straight year. Backside pressure. Flores felt it, and he's brought down by Jackie Marshall. Trailed by 8 at the half, but on the 3rd play of the 2nd half, it was a 73-yard touchdown by Kobe Prentice. And it's the 2nd time Robertson is.
But they get it snapped with 1 on the play clock. Backed is pressured, and he goes down. So Arizona gets there, and Riley Wilson, who's backed in the shotgun. Play fake, pressure comes. Becht is going to get sacked. Penalty flag thrown. And Oregon goes to the Big Ten, and they start playing Big Ten football. Run the ball. Fafita gets swallowed up. Man, he had nowhere to go. The Iowa State defense.
That's the only way to describe that play.
Empty backfield. Iowa State utilizing tempo. Back goes down. Jalen Hunt. Becht thought about running it. Now is sandwiched out of bounds. Jay Golday.
With that pump fake, and then look, you see Golday at the end.
Motion from Michael Trigg back in the game. Good sign for Baylor fans. Austin knocked down. Cody Stufflebeam.
Second down in the red zone. Coach showing blitz. Picked up. And now the protection breaks down, and Fafita is sacked. Malik Charles.
Incredible job. You see the blitz timed up here by Brandon Rawls at linebacker and just works right through.
Chris Hudson coming off 6 catches last week. He crosses the formation. Quincy Craig stepping into Fafita's backfield. OK State drops 8. A long wait. 5 Mississippi. Fafita on the move. He read it through to exhaustion, nothing doing. Give this secondary, retooled as it is. That was going to remain on the sideline today. That one looks laminated. Look out here. Howland flung for a huge loss. We know he can spin it, but so do Dalton Johnson and the Cats.
You see you've got a tackle over right here, so you're on high alert. They're trying to get an extra body to that side for protection. But you got the pageant scene on lock.
As a junior who has a famous father, I see you working there. Well done, Mike Golic Jr. 3rd down 5. Here's Bowen's first toss if he can get it off. Instead, tracked down from behind and sacked.
Just a great job. And this is one of the things, coming in as a young quarterback, late in the game, you're cold, the timing's off, and you don't have that clock in your head for the relentless pursuit that we've seen.
To the air again on 3rd down and long. Walls caving in and back-to-back sacks for the Pokes.
Guys getting flattened the whole left side of that line. Some friendly fire as we had a couple of players tripping over one another.
And turnovers. They have the ball again after turning over Houston on downs. And Morton in trouble, and he's sacked back at the 37-yard line.
He's going to come from deep, and he's going to get home. Nice job on the pressure. Baron Morton never recognizes him coming until it's too late. Good job creating
in a groove.
Flashed his hand so late, he only flapped one. Left the other one down on the one-hander. So Caden Salter, after his second pick of the night, he is dragged down in the sack. It's that man again.
Tristan Johnson here on the interior. You're going to see him do a game, go outside, do his responsibility, and then burst to the quarterback. Never gives up. And when the quarterback tries to escape, he rallies to him and start coming more over the top so he can be a lot more accurate and more consistent.
See if he can correct on a 3rd and 11. He steps up in some trouble and he's swung down. Obi Izor with the sack.
He's going to come from right here, A gap. They got the double A gap blitzes. He's going to act like he's dropping out and add on. The outside rushers get Caden Salter to step up, and Obi Izor, who has most drives, whether it's in college football or in the NFL.
Oh, McNeil got hands on him, and then he's taken down with the second man home, London Merritt.
This is going to be both guys off of the left side of your screen getting pressure, and you talk about London Merritt. Cleans it up, gets off of the tackle.
Butler is in the backfield. Wigman against a 4-man rush, feeling the heat, and he runs out of time. Malik Charles kicks down his door with help from McCoy.
Every game day here, plenty to smile about right now. As you see them insert him from the second level, you end up just rushing forward. We call that a simulated.
As the Pokes begin a new possession with Trent Howland in their backfields. Little misdirection. Jackson at the numbers. Decides to dirt it. Jalen Garner bearing down to break down the Pokes middle linebacker. Botched exchange here. And Jackson able to pounce on it. But also got McCutcheon.
Yeah, the first real mistake on this drive. Bad snap, low into the left. Great job by Sam Jackson just getting
We'll see what they bring on a 3rd down and 11. It's a delayed blitz, and they get there, and Bailey finishes the deal. It was Height first, and Bailey, you set it off the top.
In the pocket, and you're going to see Romello Height comes from here. David Bailey is on the outside. Height standing around in that spinner look, comes off the right edge. Both of those guys to the same side. You got to be kidding me. The quarterback is running for his life, and when those
the Red Raiders had it. On a 1st down with Gruen in motion. Daniels, Height is behind him, and he smoked him.
Ducked up here in the booth. Watch Romello Height. He's going to come upfield. The tackle is going to try to jump set him to keep him at the line of scrimmage. And what does he do? He still finds a way to get over the top. May have saved him because it kind of looked like it was drifting a little bit forward.
2 tight ends again out in the pattern, and Morton is hit, and he is dragged down. Baron Morton sacked by Leroy Harris.
You're going to see Leroy Harris, the 3rd, is going to come upfield and then whoop right back around into the gap. It's a trick that they do on the defensive line with those games to make the quarterback think he has. They feel like Cam Pickett is much healthier now and running better, and you see it there.
Oh, good night. David Bailey in a heartbeat He graduated from Stanford in under 4 years like this.
I want you guys to watch how beautiful this spin move is by David Bailey. Upfield, whoop! Hit him with a spin cycle and then made Jalen Daniels do a spin himself, Chase. At the drop of a dime, this is one of the most ferocious pass rushes I've ever seen.
Here comes again. It's Romello Height this time. And down he goes. Holmes was in there second in pursuit with Height first. 3rd down and 6. Ballard. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That is a statement by Texas Tech's defense right there.
He went to Morgan Scalley last season and said, Coach, how can I get better? Coach says, you can improve your mobility. So he started doing yoga, other things like that. Now he bends better and he gets around that corner.
Yeah, and he and the Utah defense surrounded the quarterbacks in the pocket that time.
Well, I tell you what, Henry Daly right at the top of your screen, 90. You see him on that quick inside move, just showing his...
Officially just their 2nd sack, but they pressured Sims, and ASU, one of the sack leaders in the country, not a one. Sims goes down again. Back-to-back plays with a sack.
Coming from all directions. Morgan Scalley elects to bring pressure. You see that coming right down the pipe. There's Teo Johnson.
I mean, they were into Utah territory. Now it's 3rd and 31. They're back at their own 35, and the pressure's coming again. And Sims ran into his own guy and goes down.
Get into it right now. Right here's John Henry Daly just winning with speed and power on the edge. That's Clem at left tackle. And it doesn't matter. So this isn't season ending for ASU by any means, but your margin for error goes down drastically.
That's a good point. Sims had a lot of time that time, but he gets dragged down.
This has just been a dominant performance by this Utah defense. It doesn't matter if the 1st string guys are in or now the 2nd string. Nate Tillman just a treat.
Bachmeier picks up the block from Martin to the 30, and it's backwards again. Riley Wilson coming up big.
Fan of Fifita as a player and as a human. Fifita wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket collapses and he goes down. That was a coverage sack, probably more than anything.
He'll regress, hang on the ball a little bit longer. He's comfortable in the pocket despite the fact that he's only 5'10". But watch him. As he climbs the pocket, you got to have an internal.
Fifita. Down goes Fifita. Rook Brown from behind.
Outperform a king, but that's exactly what happened on this particular play. Watch number 24 come through there, man, and he's coming with his ears pinned back, and he's slicing.
He has played well as a senior. 3rd down. Blitz. Picked up this time. Fifita goes down. Rook Brown again in the backfield. They'll at least get a half sack.
The game on that 2nd series, I believe it was. But watch this. Anytime you get pressure off the edge and it's coming again from the in position and the edge, it's going to be problematic. That was McCutcheon on the edge, number 10. And then what the quarterback does,
we'll throw it down the field.
They got 4 wide, so they may take a shot, man.
All right, let's do it. Fifita. Man, wishes he would have taken a knee.
Yeah, the leading
That's
tackler.
Carlos Allen. 1st sack of the year for Carlos Allen.
From empty against a 4-man rush. Tries to leave the pocket and runs into trouble. A sack to begin the day for the UCF Knights.
Coming from the right side from what looked like Nigel Lee Kelly. And then the rest of your defense being ripped deep down the field.
Scotty Fox. Drops back at the 40. Ran right into Cole Kozlowski. -9.
After 3 years at Colgate. And this is just another one. They unwrap him on the side over here, and then he does a great...
That was the case here, so we play on 2nd down 6. Off the play fake. Fox hit from his blind side and swarmed.
And give it to the coverage on the back end, an RPO play right here. So you're going to see the quarterback, when he snaps it, he's got the option to hand this ball off or give it out. But with the safety lurking right in the window there, you know where to go.
3rd down and long. Trouble on the edge, and they go back-to-back. This one belongs to Malachi Lawrence. UCF dominating all 3 phases.
Quarterback out. They want to simplify the reads for him, but that time, Malachi Lawrence ready.
Wilkins only 3 of 6 through the air so far this afternoon. Steps up. Hit. Ball down.
It's going to be a quick 6 for UCF. Kelly Lawson with a defensive touchdown.
Playmakers a chance to make plays. Here's Kelly Lawson right in the middle. He bluffs up and then drops back, so that when the defensive end knocks that ball out of the quarterback's hands, it's almost like a blocked kick. You've got to go.
One more play before the quarter break. Fox leaves the pocket to the numbers and track down. Malachi Lawrence finishes 3 here in Orlando with his.
Here's a 3rd and 4 for Robertson. Climbing in the pocket, now looks backwards, bottled up, still up, now goes down. Zach Chapman and Devin Deal. Deal is the defensive MVP.
Well, just look at the back end. This all goes to the 2nd and 3rd levels. No one is open at all. Going through all of his reads, and then this defensive line's doing the rest. To bring
Robertson, pressure inside, and he's dropped. Bud Clark gets the sack. His first sack of the season.
They're going to have both linebackers. We call this the pipe blitz. You have both linebackers in that double-A pressure. Then all of a sudden, the safety comes right through both of them.
He's moved around today.
He's up to the field side here, and he's home again. Changing up the look. The result is the same for David Bailey. Now Brown motioning out. Levitt pumps, and he can't escape. It's Lee Hunter with the takedown on the 3rd down sack.
Bachmeier on 3rd down. Here comes the pressure. Bachmeier is hit and dragged down by John Henry Daly, the former BYU Cougar.
You're going to see both John Henry Daly and Logan Fano coming off the edges. Watch how Logan Fano pushes Andrew Gentry into Bear Bachmeier, not giving him a place to escape, and he helps his brother out. We call that. He moved over to running back in camp, and they were really excited about getting him back last week.
Bachmeier wanted to take a shot. Instead, he's going to run right into a sea of red, including Jonah Leah. The 2003 game, 3-0. That's how his mind works. He's going to love 0-0 so far. Dampier has to get rid of it, and he just got it back to the line of scrimmage. Hunter Clegg was on his leg.
Yeah, so you're going to see Clegg comes off the edge. Dampier recognizes that. He's inside the pocket, so he tries to throw the ball. Doesn't quite get it back to the line of scrimmage, and there's no one over there.
Did you run into the #1 basketball recruit in the country, too?
No, I tried to stay away from him. He's too tall.
Dampier. Okay. Dampier run right back into the pressure, and down he goes.
Because you get the linebacker blitzing, and you make him miss Alford, make him get on the ground, you get vertical, but there's nowhere to go. So guess what you have to do? Run right back. And now it's 4th and 15. This crowd is in it. Communication is at a premium.
Pressure coming from Kelly. Dampier hit, and down he goes. Jack Kelly may have sealed it for BYU.
Time games, and right here, you're going to see Jack Kelly. Safety is going to back up. Jack Kelly's coming off the edge. They don't get to him, and he gets to the quarterback.
Maybe banged off the leg there of one of his defensive alignment. Sorsby running out of time. Sacked by Deshaun Brown.
2nd down. Pressure from the safety spot. They'll get to Bachmeier. He is sacked. It's Will McLaughlin again. They had to pick one of the free runners to pick up, Robert.
Yes. House of Chaos.
Yeah. And this is going to be probably the end of the half. It's a hit by Anisi Purcell. So tight end Bramer in motion there. Here comes pressure again. Down he goes. It's Pau'uha who gets in there. That's his first sack this year.
Viliami Pau'uha, you're going to see him right here off the edge of the defense. Gets inside. Those inside moves, man, give you a delay.
Bramer at the bottom of the formation. They'll roll that direction. Becht is hit, and he's knocked down. It's Alford again. Rocco Becht got hit. It is 4th down coming up. It's a loss of 2. More basic coverage patterns, and they're taking the 15s when they're available. Here comes Schoonover, and he got him. Bodie Schoonover takes down Beck. They're going to go for the 18. Beck, here comes Johnson. He gets away for a moment, and down he goes. Schoonover has been a total menace on this drive.
High shot returns to the game at the tailback. Blitz coming. Daniels fumbles. A fourth down takeaway for Kansas State. Malcolm Alcorn Crowder.
From the defense, a pick play in the middle that turns a defender loose. Ball on the ground, and Kansas State takes over up 7 when we return.
Manuel Henderson had the first down catch. Daniels dodging traffic in his backfield, and he's sacked. Jordan Allen gets one. It's a loss of 11. Commissioner, feel free to break it.
I've said to everyone that would listen to me there, I got 16 kids, and I play it right down the middle. I'm very, very neutral. But obviously,
as we got a big third down here for the Jayhawks.
Daniels stepping into trouble, and he's decked again. This time it's Ryan Davis.
Defense looks to continue to offset the loss of some of its pass rushers from last year to this year. Just a great individual effort up the middle on that twist. That a coverage sack. The defense on the back.
Joe Jackson's been the lead back. He's trapped behind the line and flung for a loss. Keenan Caldwell, a senior defensive tackle, shows up. Not even in this formation. Third down, 13. Quarterback, keeper. Dodging Jayhawks. A must-have stand for DJ Graham and KU here. 4 Cats coming after him. They puncture his pocket and they sack him. 4th of the day for K-State. It ties their season high from Dublin in week 0.
One-on-one win. You're going to see the big fella in the trenches right here, Malcolm Alcorn Crowder. Just beats the guard.
3rd and 6 for Scotty Fox and the Mountaineers. Feeling the pressure. Pocket collapsing. Sacked. Fox was sacked 4 times in the first quarter. Hoover, play fake. Pressure coming hard. Nowhere to go. Devin Grant with the sack. 4th of the season for the big fella.
Just going to win with speed up the top. Just gets low. Benz does a great job. Just wins that one, working against.
And, you know, he's just a likable young man, and they'd love for him to come back next season.
Uh-oh, pressure coming. And he goes down, gets sacked back at the 49.
Mike Turner, true freshman, checks in for Washington at running back. On 3rd down and 5. Robertson under pressure and sacked. Micah Coleman brought the heat with Jalen Hunt to finish off Robertson.
Well, when you bring that kind of pressure and outstanding coverage on the outside, Robertson wanted to go to either Cameron or Trigg, but the rush was able to get there.
2nd down and 6. Sire Robertson's wrapped up. The pocket collapsed, and Marquez Parker gets home with Micah Coleman.
Just got to, keep the sticks moving. You try to throw in a couple big plays in there, and we had those.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Levitt goes down. Eddie Walls III with the sack in the past 6 games for Arizona State. Empty for Wigman. Sacked. Arizona State gets there in a hurry. Justin Wadley.
Defense needed that play to get a little bit of a spark.
Field goal and then a touchdown. Levitt left the game on the first drive, returned, running for his life there, and Eddie Walls comes up with his 2nd sack. Under 6. Sims dropped. Eddie Walls III with 3 sacks tonight.
Elarms Orr introduces himself to Scotty Fox in the backfield.
Miller, the running back, now serving in pass protection. Salter goes down. The shoestring tackle back at the 40 by Trey Reynolds. First full sack of the season. That's a loss of 12. Buffs with -8 total yards in the half. Salter, it's going to be a little bit more after that. It's Jonathan Hall again. Second sack of the game.
Rotating to a 5-man front. Caden Salter, be ready for pressure.
Again, here it comes, and there it goes. Another sack. Fano, Lea'ea in a race to the quarterback, sandwich Salter down.
Since he arrived on campus in the winter, when you're able to be here for spring ball as a true freshman quarterback, that is huge. That is everything. And you see Colorado here doing a great job bringing pressure on third down.
That is as dynamic as any player in America. Stop's going to be sacked. 6th sack of the game by the Utes defense. Elijah Ellis.
Under pressure and sacked. Ball's loose. Flag, and the Knights come up with it.
An intentional grounding on you. See Lawrence coming from the backside.
The ruling is being reviewed.
Now his knee is down there.
Yeah.
So he's down. So.
Yeah. 3 on the play clock. Now 1. Jackson. Sacked. Cooper lands.
On the 25-yard line. Fields has come back in. He motions out. Flores looking to throw, but this time the Jayhawk rush gets to him. KU looking for their first lead. Fake the handoff, and now Daniels is going to be hit and dropped by LaDainian Fields in the backfield for a loss. Tight end, Moon in motion. A slip there by Highshaw as he was trying to get around all the traffic in the middle. Fields has got the majority of the carries. He's in the backfield. We're going to give it to him here on first down, and he is stopped and dropped for a loss. As Flores having a little more magic in that right arm to extend the drive. He's feeling pressure, and he's sacked. Ball came out loose.
And also Daniel Highshaw. They've been using them both equally, and they've gotten the best out of both of those guys today.
There's the pitch by Lahi.
They have not been a great red zone touchdown team this year, the Red Raiders, despite all their success. It's Purnell getting in there, and down goes Morton. Romaine closed the deal with that club, and it's 3rd and goal. It's a loss of 11.
Yeah, in the quarterback world, you'd call that a layup, right? It's open for you. And Salter in trouble now, tries to let it go. That's a flea ball. It's a turnover. It's going to be ruled a turnover. Leroy Palu.
Tim, this is a play you can't have from your veteran quarterback. You have to know that this play is dead. He's trying to get out. He's trying to get out. The ball is loose. The ball security is awful. And it's a huge turnover with your back against your own end zone. Outstanding play by number 7, Chase Kennedy. He just continues to relentlessly chase after that ball. And young defensive ends at home, when you see that ball loose, you attack. One-on-one coverage. There it is.
Pressure, and they got to him. Well, the Buffs defense has really got to stiffen now. 5.5 left in the first, because that's the one silver lining on a dark, dank, gray evening in Boulder, Colorado. And a big-time sack for the big fella just into the game.
There you go, Tim. Come on.
Yeah, Zach Ziapella.
Yeah, Ziapella.
Wigman looking to run it, and he's not going anywhere. Jamal Johnson.
6'4" and 6'5" out on the end. Number 99, Jamal Johnson there, way out on the edge to the right. Unblocked. And gets his hands on Wigman.
Wigman flagged down. It's Malachi Lawrence who gets to him.
There he is. He's one-on-one with Lawrence. And just gets a grab on that chest plate. Doesn't stop Lawrence, and there's a timeout on the field.
A little trickery. Rocco Becht is out of the backfield. It's Ben Bramer, the tight end, who just scored. That's throwing a pass. Becht can throw that. TCU's all over him. He just heaves it to the sideline.
On the board, and then you try to do him, so he's going to throw it backwards here so then he can throw it back forward.
But the guy that threw it, Bramer 18, right here, is not in the vicinity.
Dealing with a bunch of different bodies up front, stressing the communication like this is a bold choice.
Xavier Hill in at right tackle. They blitz it.
No one there for Carrico up the middle. Some confusion over the responsibilities. You see Zarian McGill trying to come back off after the nose.
Dodging traffic in the backfield. He will be sacked again. Here in the first half.
And you got max pressure, and you're going to watch the tight end one-on-one Zach Atkins with a rusher, and that's part of the difficulty of those protection structures.
Second down and 8. Steps into trouble and is sacked with a penalty marker down. Anquin Barnes Jr. Fox from empty. Fox coming after him. They get home. A third down sack for Colorado.
See this guy lurking here before he drops out, buys up the eyes of the right tackle. And so Walker ends up getting the free rush. It's too late before he can peel back out and try and get a piece. And that's part of the difficulty when you've got so many guys up the line of scrimmage identifying.
Nothing doing. Bryce Ramirez, number 3, the Mike linebacker. He, along with Ben Roberts, will be in there. Lee Hunter, stud at that nose tackle position. You talk about a leader. He is that.
I mean, such a large man. He goes outside and he finds his way back inside. The mesh point is extremely slow. You expect that after a fumble. They are careful, and it gives Lee Hunter enough time to...
Here's Belfort's ability to run, but a shoestring tackle has him right at the 19-yard line. He was about to take off.
Yeah, when you have Belfort in the game, if you're Texas Tech, they're expecting a run, right? Whether it be quarterback draw, a run with the running back. They expect this young quarterback.
4th down and 2 on a must-have drive. 56% on the year on conversions. Jackson's in trouble and down. David Bailey, he is a sack machine. Field position now for Texas Tech.
This is what you don't want. You know that they're going to throw the ball where these pass rushers are going to get off the ball quickly, beat the hands down, and get to Taven Jackson.
From the 35, first down. Jackson, run down from behind. These guys are so quick. Romello Height is another one. Call it the dog position. Well, he is a dog.
Remember, I talked about all the other rushers. Well, here's another one. Romello Height does a nice job. First with speed off the ball, a little 1-2 like he's going to release as a wide receiver, and then he just chases.
On first down. Just the pressure is so intense. He pulls it down. Jaden Cofield, number 51.
Playing Lofton, the tight end, that's kind of lined up in that H-back spot. He comes and gets the kick-out block, but Avery Johnson held on to the football and paid for it.
Myself, Parker Robinson's coming off the edge. You called it. Lofton is coming over the block, but man, Robinson, 2 big plays early. Look, and Avery Johnson.
You've got this losing streak going, and yet that front seven, defensive line linebacker group, has really kind of been the anchor for Oklahoma State, and they're trying to make another play, and they do.
Kenneth Harris, wow. Left side, he's coming. I mean, he is just barreling after him, and Avery Johnson felt
deep into Kansas State territory. They have not scored a touchdown today. Flores hit and dropped, and the ball came out.
Ryan Davis.
Another turnover for the Cowboys. That's
Rolling the field with a fumble recovered by the defense.
Today
First down,
Kansas State. They had done so well of moving the pocket, and watch this time. No, 52 is just, hey, if you're going to sit in that pocket, I'm going to come and grab you. And then the ball is recovered by the Kansas State Wildcats.
Yeah, Rex Van Wy with the recovery after the vicious hit by Ryan.
Mizell running across the formation. Fafita running out of time. Down he goes. The Edge win again for Cincinnati. Micah Coleman with the sack.
On the back end, this is everybody doing their job, puts together. Watch Ford just work. Fifita starts on the right side, works back to the left side. Nobody was open downfield. They make you earn it today. They're hitting them up much more.
And
with a four-man
Fifita's
rush.
down again. Marquez Parker. As Parker brings him down for a Cincinnati sack for the second time today.
One-on-one right here with Bounds. Bounds has been good. Just a little press and shed maneuver and flex up.
They were going to make today the day. They finally pick off one of the top teams in the league. Sorsby runs out of time. Deshaun McKnight makes the play.
Aiden Garnes says no. That's one right there. You just got to.
All the momentum now belongs to Arizona State. Third down and long. Fox knocked off his spot and sacks.
We take a look right here again. When you're only rushing forward, you're trying to move those bodies around so you get that end tackle game. And a great job contained when you've got a quarterback that's a threat to break the pocket and make a play. You got to rush upfield and take that option away from him there, as it looks like Anthony Cooper.
Unbelievable fan base. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. So special.
Hoover is going to get sacked.
Late in the play clock. Robertson looking left, comes back across the middle of the field and is corralled by Cash Dillon. Season high 4 tackles in each of the past 2 games.
As a defense heading into this game, 25 sacks. They can get after the quarterback, but this starts with coverage down the field. But man, just a relentless rush.
Dampier with a clean pocket. Now it breaks down. He's dancing. He's hit and dropped. Emarion Winston.
No one's open. And then love the fight of this defense to continue to try to get after the quarterback. And Winston.
And you got man-to-man coverage with pressure down the middle.
Blitz up the gut. Hoover in trouble and down. Safety blitz. Jordan Allen. Corey Platt.
Zero coverage. That means there's nobody in the back end. It's man-to-man coverage across the board. And you've got blitz, and coming from depth is going to get home. Outstanding call by defensive coordinator Austin Armstrong to get to the quarterback.
Jackson steps up, under pressure, sack. Malik Charles. You know, Malik Charles was the guy who got carted off. Yeah. He needs surgery. The guy's playing with a torn labrum in his shoulder.
And this is just miscommunication. Right there, Miles Montgomery's trying to chip, but he actually gets in the way of the right side.
Flores will keep it and brought down. Sack.
It's a nice job by the defensive line. We call this pass rush lane responsibility. R.J. Jackson does a nice job working from inside.
Well, Bex scans over the middle of the field, takes off, and he is dropped. Justice Finkley with the sack forces a turnover on downs, and there is a little bit of life for the Kansas Jayhawks. Just over 10 to play. Defense does their job. Let's see if the offense can next.
Dampier trying to scramble. Dampier is going down. Kansas State, and here come penalty flags in. Maybe a late hit.
By not beating yourself, and right now, keep an eye at the top of your screen as 52 comes in. I mean, that is just way too easy for the officials. It's not a smart play. It's unnecessary. It's clear as day that Dampier's going down, and now the best pass rusher for Kansas State is more than likely going to be ejected for targeting.
I mean, he definitely launched. I think he's defenseless in that position, isn't he? In his home state with all the pressure that's been put on him over the last couple of years. He will hand it off. No, he kept it, and he gets dragged down. On second and short, a big loss. And who else? John Henry Daly.
Just comes flying off the edge. Fullback misses the block, but it's Henry Daly in his eyes. He keeps his eyes on the football the entire time, right? Because he's throwing it behind your head.
Second down and 4. Play fake. Dampier looking middle. Now scrambling. Dampier is going to run and go out of bounds. Short of the first down.
Interesting.
Third down. Dampier looking to throw. Now scrambling. Dampier can't get away. Kansas State sacks him. Back behind midfield.
Well, the defensive line is going to get credit for the sack, but I just want you to see where's Dampier supposed to go with this football? Covered, 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 covered. Just nowhere to go. Great job by the Kansas State secondary.
122 and a touchdown. He also rushed for a score. Cats fall out. They rush 4, and they still get home. Some simulated pressure there. Strikes with a sack.
And you're absolutely right, JB. This is going to be the dropper right here in Chase Kennedy that's going to go into one of the throwing lanes that Robertson's trying to look for on the backside. It gives way to the pressure up the middle from Tay Brown. We've seen man coverage, all-out pressure. The adjustment from Danny Gonzalez from one half to the other starting to change the picture.
At the 4-minute mark with the Cats creeping. Coming after Robertson, and they clinch it with a sack. Tay Brown covers up Robertson.
And it was successful. We were going to continue to see it. This same muddle huddle around the line of scrimmage. This time they bring everyone. They twist the linebackers, and that gets Tay Brown the free.
Gonzalez and Brennan and the Wildcats staring down their rival in the regular season finale. A blindside hit and another sack for Chase Kennedy.
Chase Kennedy starting off on the inside and just stays after it.
Jackson shifts around in the backfield. They're going to give it to Jackson, and he's got nowhere to go. Another timeout.
Cat, they're bringing more bodies to stop the run game. You know that's what Kansas State wants to do. Excellent play call, and then the execution by Smith Snowden to get in there and get the back to the
tail end of the season last year. They wanted to make sure that didn't happen here. Sorsby takes a rare sack. It's Alexander, the corner.
Robertson ready again. It's that back foot. He's drilled. Is that down? Is that a strip sack? It's Houston football.
Important look at it. Brandon Mack coming off the left side over here. Is that hand coming forward with the football in it? That looks like it's going to be a fumble. I'd be stunned based off that look. And absolutely, what a great job. So many rushers in this day and age, because the quarterback is such a protected class inside the pocket, try and aim for that upfield throwing arm for just that reason.
I think his passing game, as he sees different looks every single week, starts to really settle into the position.
Takes it to L.J. Martin, feeling some pressure. Bachmeier dancing, ball is out, and he fell on top of it. Lewis Carter, their leading tackler for UCF this year, punched it free.
And it is the Mike Backer, and he's right in the middle of the defense, almost like he's spying Bachmeier, just kind of waiting around, and at the very last moment gets in there, gets the ball out.
The mindset of you can't get me, because he's that elusive, Dustin, and has that great of decision making. And that time he was got, slipped in the backfield, and the second sack of the game for UCF.
Kelly Lawson was the defensive end who was bearing down on Bear. And you can see the footing is just a bit of a struggle today by both of these teams, having a hard time getting those cleats in the field. And remember, I mean, this is a time of year here where
and then, of course, defensively, they'll get some injured players back as well. Bachmeier is a magician, finally taken down after a small gain by Damari Henderson.
Iowa State 3 of 7 on third down in the first half, and down goes Beck. Trip White comes up with a sack.
Yeah, Trip White gets a free run there
for that one, so let's see how fired up he is.
Yeah, he told us straight up that he thought he was one of the top 3 receivers in the country, as Hoover will pull it, and he will run. Hoover is hit and dropped Monte Whedon.
Making the quarterback have to step up into the pocket and escape, and then you see the defender closing in on him. We talk about closing space. Monte Whedon, really don't hold your best plays if you're the offensive coordinators for these teams. Let it rip.
Hey, house money college football is really fun as Walker gets stood up and he's going to lose half a yard on a first down run. TCU's Devin Deal, who you to the side of your body is a different matter. So that was legally done by TCU. It's a quick throw, and it's Manjack, who had a touchdown earlier, the opening touchdown. Harrison with the stop on a loss of 1, and Christian Harrison.
That's pretty strong. Miller has replaced Hayden in the backfield. Salter drops back, looking for help. None's coming. He goes down. First man to get there, Quay Moss, and it'll be a loss. Under a minute to play here in our second quarter. Nice blitz.
Salter! Purnell gets him. It has been an adventurous first half for Wes Purnell, the senior.
The Mike linebackers as well. Watch him come from depth here, right? So you'll see number 32 is involved in it. Well, he switches, and they have what they call a scissor stunt. When they crisscross like that, that's a scissor stunt. And if you're engaged with one guy, they're going to sleep a lot better now.
On the ground, Jackson, pickup of 9. That is almost ideal. Sometimes you don't even want 10.
His first campaign back, 4 wins already versus 7 setbacks. Fox is going to be gobbled up and driven down. Romello Height broke through the line of scrimmage, and the pressure with A.J. Holmes Jr.
Great thing about what Texas Tech does is that they don't rush more than 4 very often. You see a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, but
vastly different in 2025. Aaron Morton looks one way, slides back the other, and is going to lose yards. John Lewis in the area. Jerry Maguire, Joey Maguire, using every possible snap that he possibly can. Try to get his team where it needs to go. Carrico.
Specifically the guy you just saw on your screen, the quarterback, number 15, Scotty Fox. He's what makes this thing go.
Straight ahead this time in traffic and corralled by Romello Height. Joey Maguire said, we want the bye. We mentioned that in the first half. Griffiths hit the turf hard. He was sacked. And now West Virginia picks it up.
You're going to see 7 or almost 8 guys at the line of scrimmage, but Ben Vogel times that blitz perfectly. And though that ball does look like it's released, it looked like it was released going backwards, which is where that fumble comes in. Perfectly timed blitz.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense.
Trying to see what way that ball went initially.
So you would then miss the SEC championship game in Atlanta and potentially the CFP. Ball came out. Red Raiders trying to jump on top of it. You got to be careful, the peanut punch, especially if you're a quarterback. Everybody's digging for the pigskin.
There's just pressure all over. It looked like that might have been a Marion Banks.
They want to see how you finish at the end of the year when no one feels like you have anything to play for.
What do you have inside of you? Is Pryor on the run, can't get outside. Obi Izor spun him down.
One with Joe Royer. This is Obi Izor. He's got Joe Royer on the edge right here, a tight end trying to block him, and he says, no, sir, I'm going to set the edge.
And I know a lot of guys that feel that way.
Were you one of them?
I was not.
Okay.
I was not. I love practice.
Deals after Sorsby, and he got there. That's his deal. 4th down.
Backer spot, and he is going to make sure that he gets to the line right before the snap, and now he's one-on-one with the guard, gets pushed off to the tackle, but never gives up, and that is what we've
been fighting through the pain, and now trying to fight back.
Ball is out. That whole thing just exploded, and Romello Height recovers it. It was A.J. Holmes who burst through and forced it.
Pull here at right guard, and that's the gap that A.J. Holmes is able to just shoot through. So quick and explosive out of his stance, and he just completely messes up the timing of the handoff or the fake handoff or whatever that was supposed to be. And now 2 critical takeaways for Texas Tech here in the second half is just changing the complexion of this game.
If you want to know why Texas Tech is a national title contender, that has put forth millions to fund these football student athletes and the success that they want to see on the field as Morton is wrapped up. I think everybody who follows the sport closely knows the name Cody Campbell.